'80s pop stars then and now. Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson, American singer, songwriter, dancer and actress, and the youngest Jackson child, began her career in 1976 with a role in the Jackson's television series. She truly rose to fame with her hit single When I Think of You, as well as a desire to follow in her brother Michael Jackson's path. She is known for her sexually provocative records and elaborate performances. She continues to perform today and stands strong, and has announced her pregnancy at the age of 50. CYNDI LAUPER. Singer Cyndi Lauper was incredibly successful with the addictive lady anthem Girls Just Want to Have Fun and ballad time after time. Over 50 million of her albums have been purchased since the 80s. In addition to this, she was given a Tony Award for her composition of the Broadway hit Kinky Boots. She is an avid LGBT activist and has founded the True Colors Fund. She has always had a very colorful look in both her attire and hair. Madonna. Madonna's claim to fame came with an album entitled with her very own name. Among her 80s hits are Like a Prayer, Material Girl and Holiday. She has gained her popularity through breaking barriers in popular music and music videos and has become an MTV legend. Today, she is not only one of the most well-known successful musicians with sold-out arenas worldwide, but is also an actress, writer and businesswoman. And of course has brought lots of attention to Malawi, Africa. Debbie Gibson. Debbie Gibson is another star that became big very young. Her hit single Only in My Dreams was fourth in the US charts, and it did not take her long at all to reach the top with Foolish Speed in 1988. Even following this success, she was a Broadway hit in several shows such as Grease, Les Miserables and Beauty and the Beast, and also be on sci-fi TV movies such as Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus, and like a fellow pop star Tiffany has posed for Playboy. Belinda Carlisle. American singer Belinda Carlisle became known through her role in the Go-Go Girls, one of the most successful all-female bands in history. The band sold 8 million albums within a mere 3 years. However, her fame and success continued even following the group's split in 1985, becoming an award-winning solo artist with hits including Leave a Light On and Mad About You. She received a Grammy Award for her hit song Heaven is a Place on Earth. She had not stopped pursuing her career as a singer, as well as publishing her memoirs entitled Lips Unsealed. Kate Bush. She began her life as a star with her first single, Wuthering Heights, continued to flourish from there. Throughout the 80s, she released 4 albums including popular songs Babushka and Don't Give Up. After she gave birth, she kept a low profile. However, her singing career is still alive. Olivia Newton-John. Olivia Newton-John's role as Sandy in Grease in 1978 brought her to where she is today. The singer and actress released 14 hit singles during the 80s, including the well-known Physical. Her career certainly did not end in the 80s, and she is still a resident performer in Las Vegas. Gloria Estefan. Gloria Estefan and Miami Sound Machine's Conga was one of the songs that made the 80s what it was. Gloria herself released several songs in the 80s as Bad Boys and Birds Get in the Way. Estefan, along with her band, were the victims of a collision in 1990, leaving her with a fractured vertebrae. She was able to continue her career, however, and continues to release songs. Pat Benatar. Pat Benatar has no shortage of 80s hits, including Hit Me With Your Best Shot, We Belong, and Invisible. Even more impressively, she was the very first woman to perform on MTV. She also has been awarded 4 Grammys with 12 albums of her own. She's still touring today, mostly in New Zealand with her husband Neil Geraldo by her side, and has announced that she is working on a greatest hits album as well as a novel about the second coming of Christ. Debbie Harry. Debbie Harry was both feminine and punk at the same time. She led the band BELINDA, which took both genres and made into one with songs such as Rapture, One Way or Another, and The Tide is High. Harry with her band BELINDA toured and released albums up to 2011. She also had lead roles in several films throughout the 1980s and 90s, such as Videodrome and the musical comedy Hairspray in 1998, as well as My Life Without Me, a heartfelt drama with Sarah Polley. Marta Marrero. Marta Marrero, also known as Martica, is both a singer, songwriter and actress who produced 2 very popular albums in the late 80s. She sold over 4 million copies. Toy Soldiers was her most successful album, making it to the top of the charts for 2 weeks straight in mid-1989. Her hit singles More Than You Know and I Feel the Earth Move, a remake of Carole King's Tapestry, also made it to the top of the US dance charts. She also had a role on the children's musical show Kids Incorporated as Gloria. Shannon Green, known mostly by her first name, is both a recording artist, singer and dance, pop music and songwriter, known as a queen of high energy for her hit single Let the Music Play. She continued to release albums throughout the 80s such as Do You Want to Get Away and Love Goes All the Way with success, and even today continues to release songs and perform. Diana Ross. Singer, songwriter, actress and record producer Donna Ross obtained her fame through her role in the vocal group The Supremes. After she left the band in 1970, she released her first solo album with the memorable Ain't No Mountain High Enough. She continued to produce music, and in 1980 her album Diana made it to number 2 on the Billboard chart. She has been called the female entertainer of the century by Billboard magazine and is the most successful female music artist in history, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. She has been nominated 12 times for Grammy Awards and all the never won. She was given the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2010. Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks, an award-winning singer-songwriter, was referred to as the reigning queen of rock and roll. She is most famous for her collaboration with Fleetwood Mac, as well as for her solo career, which she began in 1981 alongside her work with the band. Her first and most well-known album, Belladonna, reached the Billboard album charts within months of its release. She has also closely worked with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. She has released 8 solo songs until with her most recent 2014. Dolly Parton. She might be mostly recognized for her country singing, but Dolly Parton was so good at what she was doing that she could sing any type of genre. Parton, who is 73 years old today, was around the clock, or more like 9 to 5 literally in the 80s. 1980 was a successful hit song was released. In 1984, she was presented with a Hollywood star on the famous Hollywood Walk of Fame for her musical contribution. Tina Turner. Although Tina Turner's musical career began in the late 1950s, she became a worldwide phenomenon during the 80s for her hit singles such as Proud Mary, What's Love Got to Do With It, and Private Dancer. No one could help her but dance along to her energetic performances and be in awe of her electric hairdo. Today, Tina is still performing around the world and is even in the process of creating a new musical based on her life and career. Samantha Fox. Although Samantha Fox is today known to be a model, her singing career in the 80s shows that this girl has got it all down. Since her hit song Touch Me in 1986, over 30 million of her records have been sold. She has also appeared in many films and reality TV shows and is still touring with her band today. Kim Wilde, English pop singer, author, DJ and TV presenter. Kim Wilde's first break was in 1981 with Kids in America. The song made it to number 2 in the UK. Her singing career did not end then, and she released 6 albums throughout the 80s with 25 singles in the top 50 of the UK singles charts. In 1983, she was honoured with the Brit Award for the Best British Female. In 1988, she strayed to a different path and became a landscape gardener, but eventually came back to music in 2003 and is still touring.